Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Eric Ganabakweku. And as most of you know, I do a couple of things on this channel. I share the experience of building my project in Ghana. And most recently, I have also shifted into a business of helping people source things out of China using our company, Build Connect Solutions. Um, I just got back from Ghana a few last week sometime. Last week, yeah. And I've been uploading some of the videos that I took when I went to Ghana to install the windows. And based on that, I've been getting, some good viewership and some good commentary. I appreciate everyone who's clicked on any of my videos. I thank you all for stopping back here and checking on what I'm doing, supporting me along the way. Shout out to everyone who's been, coming here to encourage me. I'll name names, but I'll probably forget some of you. So I guess you know who you are, and I appreciate you for that. I appreciate your support. Now, one of the things that have been, happening a lot lately, um, through conversations, through comments on the videos, through people reaching out to me or to the company BCS by email is a specific question: how much did my windows cost? And I tend to not want to directly answer that question, not because I have anything to hide, but because I don't think it does anyone any good. Because regardless of what I paid, you probably will not be paying the same thing. Because even though windows might look like windows, all windows are different, right? Someone can have the same size windows I had in my project, but based on the configurations that they chose, maybe the thickness of the glass, the color tint they used, the type of profile color they chose, the profile itself, and all of that, it'll be difficult to use mine as a basis, right? If I give you exact numbers. What I've been trying to do rather is to give people a sense of how much it'll cost you budget wise, right? Um, and what I've been doing is just to give a ballpark, right? A safe ballpark, which, trust me, is cheaper than you would get trying to get something that comes close to what I have for my windows in Ghana. So, in essence, I'm trying to not deter people, because maybe what I use for my windows, if I give the flat out answer, would discourage someone, and that is not the reason why I put out videos. Just because maybe I could afford windows that ended up costing X dollars is, might not be, um, you know, might not be within the budget for someone else. What I want people to rather think about in this process, right? And I understand this, that you can get Windows from anywhere, right? You don't have to get Windows through me and my company BCS. You don't have to. Um, we'll give you. We are an option, right? We are an option, and we know that people will come and shop around and go and do what will fit their needs best, and we encourage that. One thing that we can guarantee you if you come through us is what we've always said. If you give us your measurements, we'll give you an estimate, and it will be true to our estimate. Yes, we're a business. So, of course, we also have to make some money for the time that and effort that we put into it. The fact that we've talked to factories and been able to get them to prioritize our production when we ask for it deserves some reward. The fact that we are able to look at the or be part of the production process every single step of the way deserves some reward. We are probably not going to be the cheapest window people you find, but if we don't quality wise and quality checking and quality assurance, I don't think you can find anyone that will beat what we're doing. I'm saying this out of confidence, right? Because we are a company that can say that we have someone who is vested in the company on your side and doing the groundwork for you. If we do something that is not the best production, it affects every single one of us, right? So please bear with me. If you ask me how much it costs for my windows and I don't give you a ticket or the dollar from an invoice or a receipt, right? There's a reason for that. I don't want to discourage anyone, and also what I paid for mine will probably not be what you paid for yours, right? Um, Reason being market prices and all of that. If I give out the price and I put it in video that my windows cost X dollars, 3 years from today, someone comes and watches the video and says it's going to cost X dollars because they didn't pay attention to something, then we have conversation of, oh, no, Eric is trying to be misleading. If you come to us and we give you an invoice and you can find better elsewhere, that means we didn't do a good job at finding the best price for the quality. Hopefully, the quality is the same that you end up paying for. One thing I know for a fact is if you want to use KS50, you're going to pay less for your windows. For what the kind of window systems that we are trying to get people to use, we're not using KS50. And that means that the profile itself is expensive. The profile is better quality, more expensive. As you guys already noticed in some of the videos, the mesh screen that we use is solid. It has a lock on it. KS50 frames do not have a lock on the mesh, right? So that's extra security for you. So think about all these things. And I will say it's better to ask, ballpark, how much would it cost me, right? Which is you, the person asking, for my specific window configuration, right? Rather than asking what I paid for mine, right? Because that could mislead you. I'm being honest with you. I have nothing to hide. If you want to come see me in Chambers and look at my receipts, I can show you, but I can assure you this. You are not going to pay what I paid for my windows, right? Because, like I said, being able to bargain, right? So we could even get these factories to be willing to do work for us because of what we promised them will bring business to them. Your price and my price will not be the same. Otherwise, they will stop producing for us, right? When you come to us and you ask us to do stuff for you, in essence, because of the relationships that we have with the factories, we will be putting your production as quickly as possible. Everyone who's come through us and who has actually used our product, our services, especially for Windows, right, or specifically for Windows, will bear this out. Normally, the factory will say they'll take X amount of days, but we pressure them and we make sure that our goods are pushed to the front of the line, just because we know it has to do with shipping to Ghana and the time that it takes and all of that, right? That is something else that you have to consider. You're paying for that, right? We have to pay for that because we basically have done the work for you. We basically have bargained for the collective, right? And we hope that everyone who comes to us will be able to eat some of that cake, right? We're sharing the cost or the benefits of doing the way we set up our business with you, right? So please, I'll say this again. Asking me how much my windows cost doesn't really help, right? Rather, ask or let us know how many square meters of windows you have. Let us give you an estimate that fits your style, your taste, right? what kind of windows you want. Do you want casement? Do you want sliding? Because if you ask me how much mine cost and you decide not to use sliding, you are basically comparing apples to oranges, even though both of them are fruits, right? Windows in this regard, but they're different kind of fruits, right? I could configure the same windows that I have in my project, same style and everything for someone else, and it'll be more expensive. Reason being, maybe the glass thickness that we used is will be thicker than mine, and maybe the tint preference is different from mine, which means extra cost. Maybe the color of the profile is different, which means extra cost. All of these, there are so many variables, right? So I think it is of disservice if I just, put out a blanket, oh, this my windows cost me this much, right? Um, because if you come to me and your windows are less than mine, or maybe you don't even come to me, if your windows are less than mine, and I say my windows cost this much, it might deter you from wanting to get the quality that you need for a product, right? And that's the reason why I tend not to like, um, um, answering this question that way, right? Please, if you have any comments, you know, regarding what I just talked about, feel free to share them in the comment section. Um, I I'll be honest with you. We are trying to be as good for you to share what we've found, which is good, share with you, and be as honest as possible based on your needs, right? What we're doing is not cookie cutter, right? It's not cookie cutter. So we cannot just put a sticker price on it and say this is the way it's going to be, right? Imagine a case where, the windows that you want have curvatures in them and not every single factory can produce it. You should expect to pay a little more, right? Because the factory that we're going to go to might charge more because they are, technically, for lack of a better word, a monopoly in the system, where, whereas everyone can work on flats or, flat glass, if only a few people have the capacity to do curved glass. And of course, you should not expect to pay the same, right? So asking, imagine if mine had curves in it, and then you ask me how much it costs for mine, you know, it doesn't do you any good, right? Another example, if you already have regular bars in, probably you choose not to have the same glass configuration that I had because my glass configuration has security in mind, right? Security, comfort, because I did a double pane so that, heat can stay out. My frames are thermally insulated. Some frames are not. So all of these things have to be factored in. Don't just look at, the finished product, on the surface and, expect that me giving you a price will give you, the same sense of what you need for yours. I think, so I've, in essence, I've shared, everything that I think is a con from the reason why I don't share. And I respect the fact that there are, some, sorry, I've shared the pros, right? But I know that there are, some cons to this stance that I've taken. Um, One will be that, it might seem like, I'm hiding something, um, by not exposing how much I paid specifically for mine. Like I said, I can give you my number, but it will not do you any good, right? So that's one. I know there's another con because it gives some uncertainty in budgeting, but that's the reason why it's called budgeting, right? I can give you a price range, right? Like normally when people ask me this question, I tell them it's going to cost you, probably with shipping included, about $150 per square meter if you did something similar to mine, right? Something similar. It's a price range, right? It could be less, it could be more, depending on the configurations that you use. So, thank you for watching this video. So while for some people it might seem like, I don't want to be upfront with pricing, it's really what I'm trying to do is make it so you realize that what we're doing is a boutique style, right? We're not buying things off of a shelf that have prices on them. We are creating things for you and with you, right? And if I give you, you know, the price, it might seem like it's the easier route, but the truth is, you know, because we're doing things that are not like windows are not just windows, right? You can look at two window systems next to each other. From the outside, they might look like they're the same, but they really are not, right? That is what I want you guys to, understand. When you come to us, anyone who's come to us and knows how the process works will bear me out, right? Will bear testament to the fact that you are involved every step of the way. You choose what you want to choose. We give you the prices that, you know, for for the specifics that you want. We design the windows for you. We don't just tell you we'll do it. We'll show you a design of what we're going to do for you, right? We deliberate back and forth. So, my Windows price might not be the same as yours, because my tastes are not the same as yours, right? I think we do ourselves a disservice when we ask, how much did A spend on their house, right? We should rather be thinking about, for what I want, how much would I need to spend, or how much would I need to budget to get what I want in my project, right? Please bear with me. Um, Trust that we are not here to rip you off. Trust that we will give you pricing that is very competitive. Trust that we will give you quality that is probably above and beyond anything else you can get somewhere. Um, and I say that because we are part of the process every single step of the way, right? We are your hands, your feet, your eyes, every step of the way. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped. If it didn't, and you want um, some more, maybe it's a live that you guys want. We can consider that. But just know that as much as we want to be transparent, we also have to be practical, right? We have to be practical. Um, my house is bigger than most, but it's not the biggest, right? Some people are building smaller projects than I am. And I don't want people to get, sticker shock by seeing, my price. Rather, look at what I got, look at the quality of what I got, and then tailor it against yours, right? Or tailor it to suit yours, right? That is my advice, right? And this goes for every step of the building process. Don't look at someone else's pricing that is shared, right? To weigh yours against, because it could deter you from starting a project, right? Someone's bargaining power and your bargaining power are not the same, right? The quality someone used for their windows, even though it might look good from the outside, the quality is not the same, right? You can have a window system that will make you spend a lot on AC because it's not insulated properly, because it's not double paned, because of any other factors. It doesn't have tint or whatever, or the glass is not tempered, all of these things, right? So please build your house by your budget. Don't look at what someone else paid, because you might end up paying more than you should have because you asked the wrong question. Thanks again for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, share this with other people, share us with other people. And if you want to come and talk to us, BCS, please do me a favor. Send us an email at buildconnectsolutions@gmail.com. And trust me when I say we'll do the best we can to get you what you need at prices that will not break your bank. Thank you.